I should just mention that if you hear a train noise behind us, it is the Lucerne-Zurich intercity train that passes by us, so it literally is no more than 50 metres from our commentary box.
Romania 1.
Denmark on the far side. Romania 2 from the top of the picture, then New Zealand in 3, United States, the Olympic champions in 5, and closest to you, Great Britain. Well, I'm interested in your thoughts there, Hugh, on the Olympic champions, how they got away.
Well, all the boats got away very well. It's the pair, you've got to really heave it, because the slow-moving boats, it's a small boat, you've got to lift it off the start, and then it's the key point is how you make the transition down into the race pace, because that is a much more sit on top of it and tap it along. If you try and slug it at that stage, you just exhaust yourself, and it's the crews that make the conversion after the start best which get into the lead, not the crews which start best, because everybody's got to get this heavy boat from zero to something reasonably quickly, and it's way over on the lane 1. It's Denmark who've gone into the lead and got off there quickest. We're now close in on Juliette Haig in the stroke seat, Nikki Coles on the right of the picture in the bow seat, and it's also USA who turn out to have, and Denmark have stopped over in lane 1. Denmark, which went into a very early lead.
Oh, hang on, I don't think that's
that was a crew training down.
Crew training down. No.
Yeah.
Let's just get this in perspective. It is the United States, 3 from the bottom of your picture, who are leading from New Zealand, and then Denmark, who are in 3rd place. Who
got off fastest, and I mistook them for having slowed down. It was just a picture of a crew in the background, and it is now we're close in on Nikki Coles in the stroke seat of New Zealand, and they are chasing Cook and Mickelson out of the US 8 and of the pair for on and off over the years in the lead as they come through 500 metres. In 3rd position we have lane 6, the 2 Natashas, Howard and Page, a relatively new pairing from Great Britain, and hanging on to them Romania, Viorica Zuzanu in the stroke seat and Georgeta Damian in the bow seat. Now, if their old form was to be reckoned with, they would be in front by 2 lengths or so by now. They were always long levered, easy moving, and miles of training, and there they are, they're freshly back in the boat, and it's not moving as it would have in the past, but they're level pegging with Great Britain and just hanging on to New Zealand and the United States. The question for the United States is whether or not they are working at a pace they can sustain over the whole course, because the heavy boat, if you tap it and stay on top, can keep going. If you have to work too hard for it, it can exhaust you in a very short time.
Well, the New Zealanders were considerably quicker in the heats qualification, but that's no real guide. The Americans, who were winners here a year ago in Lucerne, and those two have moved away, and now you can see the Olympic champions Georgeta Damian and Viorica Zuzanu both moving now into 3rd place and trying to maintain contact. But I think if they end up a close 3rd here, they're going to take a lot of encouragement for this, given the time that they're building to the World Championships, where they have to qualify for Beijing, plus the fact that they then got a year towards Beijing.
They were moving very nicely there, and they're on top of it, as I've been saying all along, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if they closed right up on these 2 leading crews, even though at halfway they're about a length adrift. They're drawing Great Britain with them, which is interesting.
I was going to say that Natasha Howard and Natasha Page. Natasha Howard was actually born in Zimbabwe and has travelled the world. Both of the British women out of the British 8 that finished in 8th place last year at the World Championships in Eton. In fact, they've been in the British 8 for the last 2 seasons. And now you can see that New Zealand coming up to take over the lead now from America. And that is Romania in 3rd place. And now Juliette Haig and Nikki Coles beginning to take this by the scruff of the neck.
They are, and that's drawn out the United States, because those 2 pushing for the lead there actually drew away a bit fractionally from the chasing Romanians and Brits. But that's Coles and Haig restating their 2005 form when they won the World Championships, a little bit surprisingly, in Gifu, and they lost it last year, but they are doing what it takes to get back on top if possible. But we have in picture closest to you, that's Viorica Suzanu in the stroke seat of the Romanian pair, and she doesn't look too troubled, and I think that they will be moving over the second half faster than the first half. United States just looks like it's a bit of a struggle. When you're overtaken by another crew and can't immediately respond, there we have Juliette Heich looking quite relaxed and comfortable. Nikki Coles in the stroke seat now in picture. They're doing what they do in training, and I think they found that easier than they expected to get back in front of the United States, but it has drawn them out a long way from Romania in third place, with Denmark and Great Britain in fourth and fifth, vying for that position. And
the other Romanian crew, Romania too, that's Iona Papuc and Rodrika Serbian, Floria Serbian, they're just in sixth place. As we go into the final quarter, it's really interesting when you look at the two crews here, the two partnerships, the rhythm and harmony of New Zealand, and the struggle, as you said, that these two Americans are now having, Megan Cook and Anna Mikkelsen, both from the West Coast, Los Gatos and Seattle, that partnership, who as I said, finished fourth, just out of the medals in Great Britain last year at the World Championships. But the New Zealanders look in control of this.
Well, actually, Nikki Coles is beginning to wash out her finish a bit, looking a bit stressed there. But the Americans are using real guts to chase at this. But and they are rattling New Zealand, but I don't think they've got what it takes to get back in front. If the New Zealanders can keep their cool and can stay on top of it. If you get deep down into these boats and slug them along, you die very quickly. Got to sit up, tap it along. Don't make it too much like hard work.
And now they are back in charge now, New Zealand. America in second place, and Romania will be third, and getting the generous applause. It's another victory. It's another 8 World Cup points for New Zealand here as they come through, and this follows up the second place that they had in Amsterdam, and again is another big confidence boost for them. But worth reminding everyone, of course, that Canada's Darcy Marquardt and Jane Rumble, plus the Chinese, the Canadians are the world champions. They will definitely be the crew to beat when we go to the World Championships at the end of August. Romania into third place, the Olympic champions, ahead of Great Britain, and then on the far side Denmark, and Romania's second partnership crossing the line in sixth place. 7:06.67 the winning time.
New Zealand in 7:06.67.
Very competent,
Second,
well-trained, properly understood performance there from New Zealand. They knew exactly what they were doing. It's a managed performance. It's not brilliant, it's not stardom, but it's absolute attention to detail, competence all the way through. They did the right thing. They clearly had good instructions. They clearly had the right inspiration. And whatever the Americans threw at them, it wasn't the right stuff to get back in front. And so a thoroughly deserved and excellent victory for New Zealand there. And return to form, not quite, but return to the stage, definitely, for Viorica Suzanu and Giordetta Damian Andrinaci of Romania.